John Harper has returned to talk some Yankees headed into the GM meetings. How hamstrung are they right now, Hart, by their payroll and not a lot of money coming off of it?
No, and I really think that's the issue, Chris. Payroll is Cashman made the point today at the GM meetings that it's not an issue, but we all know Hal Steinbrenner has kind of put the edict down. We're not giving out the big contracts anymore. They're not going to be in play for guys like David Price, unless something dramatic happens. So I think this is a case where they don't have a lot of money coming off. So even a guy like Ben Zobrist, who fits them perfectly in a lot of ways, second baseman, killed left-handed pitching last year, which was an issue. But he's going to be 35. They're trying to get younger. They're trying to get to a point where they're winning with their own prospects and get out from under some of these salaries. So I don't think they're going to be doing a lot, and I think that leads to the idea that Cashman might have to try and get creative with trades.
Well, that's what we hear a lot right now, right?
Yeah.
Get creative. One of the suggestions from John Heyman was maybe they potentially look into moving Andrew Miller for a Steven Strasburger, a starting pitcher. Do they get that creative?
Well, you have to tell me how that makes sense. I'm not sure how that really works for them. You know, unless you're making a separate deal for Kimbrel, who we know that they investigated at the trade deadline last year from the Padres, then okay. But still, Strasburg's a free agent after next year, so you're giving away Miller for a guy for 1 year, and then who knows if you can sign Strasburg. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I do think they'll explore pitching depth. They're not going to be at the top of the free agent market for the guys like Price, those guys, but I think they got to think about maybe adding some depth because they got so many questions about injuries and age with their starting rotation. I think they have to look in that area.
And you know, you look at the way things are with them right now and everything you're talking about, does not sound like this is going to be a Yankee team that's going to look a whole lot different come February in Tampa. Is that fair?
No, yeah, it is fair. And, you know, it's similar to last year. I mean, Cashman, he's going to be talking about how they're going to be counting on rebound seasons from everybody. And to a point, it worked out last year. You know, you got more than you ever expected from A-Rod. Teixeira was having an MVP-type season until he got hurt. Beltran had kind of a bounce-back year. But can these guys do it again at their age? Age is always an issue with this team and with injuries. So, I mean, they're so locked in at so many positions that I don't think they can do a lot in terms of really changing things around unless Cashman goes out and maybe trades a Brett Gardner or somebody like that and open up a spot, and then maybe you could make moves, but that's going to have to start with Cashman really deciding to pull the trigger on something like that.